Downtown Orlando has no bottom. The entire city should be leveled. It is void of a single redeeming quality. It is a melting pot of third world miscreants and ghetto thugs. It is void of culture. If you live down there, you do it at your own risk and at your own peril. If you go down there after dark, there is seriously something wrong with you. Disney does everything in its power to shield visitors of Disney from its northern blight. That doesn't change reality. Disney may be the happiest place on earth, but Orlando is a national embarrassment. If this is an act of a domestic terrorist, it is so very important that we don't publish the religion, name, or motive of the terrorist as not to offend anyone. Kenneth Lewis, Florida prosecutor, the assistant state attorney. So Kenneth Lewis, this is the system, this is the government, these are the people we want to make the decisions. The national debate after this is so fucking stupid. Well, we're going to go to war? Let's go to war. No, let's cut away the guns. Go to war. Cut away the guns. Go to war. Everybody's got their own fucking agenda politicizing this thing. Let's look exactly what the fuck happened. He killed a bunch of homosexual men and women. Hispanic homosexual men and women. So there's a little racism there, but it's definitely homophobia. It's homophobia. And how many people in America is homophobic? Half? About half of America is homophobic. The CIA Director John Brennan said that there is no connection between Omar Mateen and any foreign terrorist organization. So the perpetrator of the Orlando massacre, Omar Mateen, isn't connected to ISIS or Al-Qaeda or Hezbollah or Hamas or any of the other groups that are all attacking each other. That's bullshit. He did that just as a cover, as, you know, his own inner turmoil. Him being a gay man, him not being able to talk to anybody or get their love and affection and feel connected in society. This is the same day that Omar Mateen slaughtered 49 dancing Hispanic gay folks. Kenneth Lewis, the Florida assistant state attorney, said that all of Orlando should be wiped out. Orlando is a cesspool. It's fucking garbage. Third world miscreants and all this crazy shit. It's got no bottom. The entire city should be leveled. So what? Drop a nuke on the entire fucking city? He's the prosecutor. He's the one that's in charge, right? So give him the decision-making abilities of who gets to carry a gun and who doesn't. So both Republicans and Democrats are wrong. You want gun control? You all want war? Why don't we stop the homophobia? Just last year, Supreme Court, the judicial push, if you want to listen to Antonin Scalia. We just legalized homosexuality. We just legalized it. It's now legal. But it's like 60% now. It's got 60% support rate. But I mean, up until 2015, this country has hated homosexuals. They've been against homosexuality. Here in Kentucky, if you walk into a private business and they tell you to leave, you got to go. All those religious freedom bills, those LGBT bathroom bills, you guys are the ones sitting there talking about who can use the bathroom and who cannot. Go into a plane, there's only one bathroom. Grow up in your house, there's only one bathroom. There's only, it's unisex. So he's saying that it's a melting pot of third world miscreants. So that's racist. That's against minorities, third world miscreants, right? Poor people who want to come to America, and ghetto thugs. So black people, Mexicans, brown and black people, basically. Well, guess who else was racist? Omar Mateen. And him being a police officer, I wonder if he would have just done this, if he would have done it legally, if people would have actually been like, oh, okay. Like, he found a bunch of drugs on him, and then they all started attacking him, so he had to defend himself. I bet you this asshole would have fucking been like, well, I knew it. All them third world miscreants and ghetto thugs. The nightclubs are utter cesspools of debauchery. All nightclubs should be permanently closed. Without random gunmen, they're zoos. Utter cesspools of debauchery. This is a fucking Florida prosecutor. Homophobia has been the norm. How many people cheered? How many religious fundamentalists, Christian and Muslim, cheered at this attack? I bet you a bunch of them. I mean, this is crazy. It doesn't even seem like we're even having the right conversation. And then he's talking about it's important we don't publish the religion, name, or motive of the terrorist. So it was a domestic, radicalized in America terrorist. Remember the whole Chick-fil-A scandal? Remember Sarah Palin with her Chick-fil-A t-shirt? Right? Hooray homophobia. Go homophobia. Kenneth Lewis, this isn't the first time he's actually said some dumb shit. He said, Happy Mother's Day to all the crack hoes out there. It's never too late to turn it around. Tie your tubes, clean up your life, and make a difference to someone out there that deserves a better mother. He later said that it was an inspirational message. So happy Mother's Day to all you crack hoes out there. So happy Father's Day to all you Muslim and Christian fundamentalist assholes that cannot talk to their own fucking sons because you're a homophobic piece of shit. Happy Father's Day. Happy fucking Father's Day to all you fathers who can't say, I love you to your son because that might make you feel like a homosexual. But you're actually a self-hating homosexual. Fucking dickheads, man. And it's not just him. There was that, those reports of those one guys, in San Diego? They said, here, I got an AR-15 for you coming to a city near you in San Diego. These are people that are part of the armed forces, the ones that are supposed to protect us, protect and serve us. Omar Mateen, for 9 years, was part of G4S, global security company, the largest private mercenary country based in London and Jupiter, Florida. The largest private employer in the world. He was able to get away with his crimes. He was able to get a statewide license. He was able to get a security guard license, firearms, practicing, doing his cop thing. He was on his way to becoming a police officer. That's what he was working on. He had Marine bumper stickers. He had New York Police Department. That's who he wanted to be. That's what he was working on. So the system protected him. The system protected him for 9 years. 9 years he was part of the thin blue line. The security guard at the courthouse. If they felt you up and you want to arrest him, citizens arrest him. Don't you touch me. Don't you put me. If he was wanting to harass you, treat you like shit, what the fuck could you do about it? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. If you tried to defend yourself when he put his hands on you, they wouldn't let you in the courthouse. They would call the police. And which side would the police side with? The guy with the badge and the uniform, and he was wearing his uniform. Omar Mateen was wearing his uniform, his beige uniform, his beige G4S uniform when he went into that club. And there's CCTV, there's surveillance that shows minute-by-minute footage of this. I heard that it just came out. I haven't seen it yet. But for all you hoaxers, I hope if you actually see everybody's heads exploding when you fucking say that it's real now. Stupid motherfuckers, man. Fucking widespread ignorance. So, there's a ton of homophobic people in this country. In fact, the day after, or that day, there was a man in California that was arrested. He was headed to the Los Angeles Pride Parade. He was armed with explosives and assault weapons. He wanted to harm the parade. He's been identified as 20-year-old Indiana man James Wesley Howe. Wasn't it Indiana that was doing the religious fucking freedom bill? And then you got North Carolina right now that's talking about transgender people can't use the same bathrooms as the rest of us. There's a woman in Illinois who detonated a bomb in a Target bathroom. Scott Walker. I mean, the Republican Party has been against homosexuals from the very get-go. 2004, all those amendments that was put on the ballot so George W. Bush would get elected. Scott Walker said that the Boy Scouts should ban gay men and women. The Catholic Church thinks that immorality is, homosexuality is immoral. The Westboro Baptist, so the Protestants, the Catholics, these fundamentalist Christians and Muslims, they're probably cheering about this. They don't give a damn that a bunch of Hispanic gay people have got killed. In fact, they're probably pissed off about it. They're like, oh shit, now we can't be racist against Hispanic people anymore. Now we can't be racist against a bunch of minorities. Now we can't be homophobic anymore. Damn it, Omar, why'd you have to fuck this shit up? That's why they want to talk about terrorism. Let's go to war with some terrorist group. That's why Democrats are talking about let's disarm everybody, right? We're not going to the heart of the fucking matter. The heart of the matter is we need to treat each other better. Dog eat dog capitalism has each other opposed to one another. And when somebody needs to talk, I mean, what could he have done? If he would have gone into a clinic and gotten mental health, help, then he would have been stigmatized. He couldn't have got a fucking job anywhere. People would have laughed at him and shit. No. There's a strong sickness in this country. Homophobia. It's called homophobia. It's a fucking disease. People just want to hate each other just because it's like, well, that's a little different than me. And is it? Is it really? I don't fucking think it is. I think a lot of you motherfuckers are bisexual. That's what I fucking think. Love is fluid. I remember in 2012, I offered a bill to legalize gay marriage at U of L, University of Louisville, to the student council. And a gay man was the president of the student council. A gay man was the leading opposition leader of the student council. And University of Louisville's student council voted against gay marriage. And Omar Mateen was a Democrat. There's plenty of anti-gay Democrats. Jack Conway of Kentucky, who ran for governor last year, he prosecuted many gay folks before changing his mind when he decided to run for governor. Steve Beshear, the governor of Kentucky, the Democrat, sued the U.S. government over the Supreme Court's June 2015 decision. And Antonin Scalia said that the Supreme Court ruling last year was a judicial putsch, which is a coup d'etat, an overthrow of the government, which is what Hitler did at the beer hall push. It might be a German word, but it means overthrow the government. So because the Supreme Court says that one state has to respect another state, which is the 14th Amendment, right? The, not due process clause, but it's the clause that says you got to respect each other's laws. Whatever that clause is, you got to respect each other's laws. So therefore, if you're married in Massachusetts and you live in Alabama, you got to respect those laws. Westboro Baptist Church is doing demonstrations. They're so happy about it. They said that Omar, the killer's in hell, and then all the gay people that were killed was in hell. Everybody's in hell. The Westboro Baptist couldn't be fucking happier. They're saying all the 49 Hispanic gay men and women are burning in hell right now. So right now the polls are saying that it's a little less than 50% that are against gay marriage. So the majority of the country are in favor of gay marriage and gay people and doing what they want to do. Do what you want to do. It's a free country. Why should two consenting adults not be allowed to do what they want to do? Why do you give a shit what two men or two women are doing in the privacy of their own homes? I'm more creeped out by you. You want to fucking watch? You're like, hey, what the hell's going on over there? You're so damn curious about it? We were talking about who gets to fucking use the bathrooms, right? Isn't that been the conversation for, what, a month or 2 or 3? So opposition to same-sex marriage still retains a majority in each of the following groups of people. Conservatives still hate homosexuals. People who agree with the Tea Party hate homosexuals. People with religious beliefs conflicting with homosexuality. People who attend religious services at least weekly. If you go to a church or synagogue or mosque, if you at least go there weekly, the majority of you are against homosexuality. Protestants are against homosexuality. Members of the Republican Party, excluding millennials, are against homosexuality. Catholics are against homosexuality, which is the official doctrine. I don't know if the majority of Catholics believe that, but the official doctrine, the Pope actually says we need to not worry about it. It is the official doctrine, but we need to stop, with the discrimination. The silent generation, people living in the South Central United States, Alabama, Arkansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Texas combined. When you put all that combined, the South Central part of the U.S., the actual states of Alabama, Arkansas, Kentucky, Mississippi, South Carolina, Tennessee, and West Virginia all have a majority who hate homosexuality. They hate homosexuals. They're against homosexual marriages. They're against it. They don't want gay people to do their thing. They want to make sure that they can discriminate against them. Just like back in the civil rights era. They want to be able to discriminate against the black people. They don't like all this change. All this change is scaring them. I've heard some of these Republicans actually say that that's the agenda. Once you get homosexuality is legalized, it's all good. Sean Hannity is going on and on about poop. He's sitting there saying that AIDS comes from gay people eating their own shit or something. I mean, this is incredible. What the fuck you guys are doing? This is the hate that you've been spreading the entire fucking time. Omar Mateen is radicalized in America. He was radicalized in America. His views represents a lot of Americans. About 50%, over 50% in all these places I just now talked about. So I don't know how you can be shocked about this. Stop your fucking homophobia. Stop your fucking hatred. Stop being dicks to everybody. Can you be decent for once? Can you be decent to your fucking neighbors? Is that possible? Christians, can you love thy neighbor? Is that possible for you to love thy neighbor? To love the marginalized, to the people that are naked, to clothe them, to people that are hungry, feed them. Can you fucking do that? This cold-blooded fucking hatred bullshit. Look at the events. Look what actually fucking happened. You want to push your own agenda? Fuck you. You know? We need more love and we need more kindness. We need to be better to each other. So, I'm John Masters. John Masters, straight out of Kentucky, next to Lake Cumberland. Let's be nicer to each other out there. Come on, America. Stop with the fucking homophobia. It's bullshit.